What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at RussoLifts, just in case something happens to this YouTube channel. You can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there. What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Be sure to run up the like button, as well as tell your friends I'm on the grind train. The Russo comeback is real, and I'm joined by Ghosty, who I interrupt his nap, but he's going to be in the video as well. So today we're going to be talking about a quick topic video on how do you grow taller with MK-677, pretty much anything in the GH pathway. So IP Morellin, CJC with DAC, actual growth hormone. I always get all these questions in the DMs, and I've read in the forums personally of, how do you grow taller? Can you grow taller? When can you not grow taller? So I'm going to give my 2 cents, and people, I really want you to participate in the comment section below on your personal height results as far as your achievements in growing during these pubescent years. So here's my thoughts, right? So first off, everyone has growth plates, right? Your growth plates fuse normally in your final bout of puberty when excess estrogen is detected, right? So you're growing and growing and growing. As you're growing, your testosterone is raising. Once there's a big enough level of testosterone to cause a big enough level of estrogen conversion, then your growth plates start to fuse. Here's where the biohacking community comes into play, right? So if your growth plates aren't fused, then theoretically MK-677, IP Morellin, HGH, pretty much any GH secreting peptide, something in the GH category, would hypothetically let you grow taller if they were introduced in that time frame when your plates weren't fused. So around the age of, let's say, 17 to 22 is normally, when your growth plates possibly aren't fused. Again, this is so dependent on genetic variables, environmental variables, and just in general your hormones as they're playing out during puberty, which messing with your hormones during that time is never a smart idea, but this is 2021 and everyone's going crazy. And, biohacking around the world has become a normal thing, in my opinion. So I just want to give my thoughts, right? I'm not encouraging any of this, but I'm going to just talk about what I've been reading people do and, my experiences. So do I think MK677 made me grow taller? Personally, no, right? My brother is 6'1". I'm 5'11 and a half, 6 foot on a good day. So my brother is taller than me. I personally stunted my growth by doing wrestling in high school and then missing out on those years when I should have been eating because I was maintaining for a weight class, essentially starving myself. So I fused my growth plates a little bit early, in my opinion. But what I see people doing in the forums, right, is that, it's well known that, your growth plates fuse when excess estrogen is detected. So what I see people doing is that they're adding in a little bit of an AI to, keep the estrogen under control, stop the growth plates from fusing, and then adding something into the GH pathway to hypothetically grow taller. And people in the forums are claiming that, right? Do I know if they're telling the truth or not? No, this is why I'm a YouTuber. This is why I sit in front of a camera and show you my results, because I don't know to believe the forums or not. That's why I'm asking for the comments down below on what you guys think. And Ghost has had enough of being on the web today. So in my experience, hypothetically, yes, right? If you added in an AI. So overall, right, hypothetically, yes, I think you could grow taller if you stop that excess amount of estrogen. If you added in something to block that estrogen, such as an aromatase inhibitor, right, you would not be giving that signal to fuse. And if you jacked up your IGF-1, you could theoretically grow taller in some certain cases. Now it gets tricky, right? It gets tricky because your growth, like different growth plates fuse at the same time. And I'm going to go into my story of one of my best friends in high school. So one of my best friends, not to throw him under the bus or anything or talk shit, but, he was a bit of an incel. He was a bit of a nerd. We programmed together. Wasn't really the most active during high school whatsoever. He played a lot of World of Warcraft. And, if turns out that there was a tumor on his pituitary gland and that was impacting the amount of growth hormone that, he was secreting, he wasn't growing any taller and he wasn't going through his final bout of puberty. So, of course, the doctor never addressed the low testosterone, and I won't go into that caveat and go down that rabbit hole, but he did address the growth hormone and gave him HGH. So I got to witness like someone grow taller with exogenous HGH, right before my eyes. And I will say the age he was around 18 years old. And basically what happened, right, this is why I say, with a grain of salt and a warning that your growth plates fuse at different times, meaning, your legs might fuse, but your limbs might not fuse, right? So basically what happened, he was prescribed an extreme amount of HGH to grow taller to reach his maximum height, started taking the HGH, and at 18, some of his growth plates were fused, some of his growth plates weren't fused, and you could see it in his results, right? He had like orangutan arms. Like his arms got extremely long, torso did not grow, and he got a little bit taller, but like his arms and his hands, like extreme results where the height was negligible. He did gain height, but everything kind of grew at like different rates. So that could, be the same ordeal as you, right? It will not be even potentially. So it's not like this easy biohacking thing. And when you're blocking estrogen, right, remember you're increasing DHT, which could help with penis enlargement, but could also speed up male pattern baldness, cause androgenic acne, and all the other side effects of high DHT. So you're blocking the pathway to estrogen, you're increasing the DHT conversion, which can cause other side effects. And then obviously anything in the growth hormone category is going to impact blood sugar, which you have to regulate, especially 677. So you're already looking into glucose disposal agents, metformin, regulating your blood sugar when you're utilizing stuff in the GH pathway. So it's not this simple like, I just add in something in the GH pathway and then I add in an AI and then I'm magically going to grow taller during puberty. No, it becomes a balancing act of a biohacker of knowing, you're affecting your body, which could lead to different side effects, right? So it's not so simple. I think it's possible. And what I read in the forums of these kids doing, that's what's going on currently. Do I think it could yield some height gain? In my opinion, yes. Is it more complicated than just adding in 677 IP Morellin or actual HGH and adding an AI? Yeah, it's way more complicated. And when you start messing with things, other cascading effects happen, which you have to be aware of. So that's my 2 cents. Theoretically, yes. If there was no excess estrogen and all your growth plates aren't fused, then if you added something in the HGH pathway and then used an AI to stop the estrogen from getting too high to close the growth plates, then theoretically you could grow taller. Would that impact your DHT levels as well as, throw everything off as far as blood sugar is concerned with the GH pathway? Potentially. It's not as simple, but it is some food for thought, right? So comment your experiences down below. Personally, when I saw my friend go through the HGH therapy to reach his maximum height, different things grew at different rates, and he looked kind of wonky at the end, not talking shit, just being realistic. So take that into consideration that, hey, maybe your hand growth plates aren't fused, maybe your arms aren't fused, but your legs are fused. So you're just growing your wingspan, not really growing taller, which, keep that into consideration when you're trying to mess with your height like that. Do I think it's possible from a biohacking standpoint? Yeah. Is it overhyped? Absolutely. That's my 2 cents. Comment your thoughts down below. I will see you guys in my next video.